Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Welcome to the Application of Knowledge podcast. I am Animated Mel. Chris James is here. Stephen Michael is here. And this is episode 104 of the Application Knowledge podcast. So make sure you subscribe and like this video right now. Make sure you check out our Patreon
Welcome, Rumble. Welcome, Rumble.
Make sure you subscribe to our Spotify and follow us on Spotify and check us out on Rumble as well, okay?
How you do that introduction like a superhero?
Because I am a superhero.
Like, what's that dude's name?
Omni-Man?
You know what I'm talking about? From
I'm thinking of The Boys.
Oh,
Or,
no. It was from Dragon Ball Super. The guy that was like a superhero that could change his color. I don't know his name. His name don't matter.
There's a lot of superheroes in Dragon Ball that can
No, I
change
know,
their
but I'm
color.
talking about in like Tournament of Power. And he had fast mode and strength mode, and he had this mask. He looked like a superhero.
Did he fight Vegeta?
Yes.
Okay.
And Vegeta was trying to go Ultra Instinct. He was just letting him punch him in the face.
I know you're talking about.
Okay, I don't know his name. All right, that's who you remind me of when you do that.
Good. You know what I mean? All right. Well, it is February 4th. Well, it is February, and it seems that it is Black History Month, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, is there any famous black people out there that y'all want to acknowledge or shout out? You know what I mean? I want to shout out my two brothers right here for Black History Month. You know
Interesting.
Shout me out for Black History Month.
Yeah, me holding it down for my melanated kings and queens. Nah, it's just funny because every time I listen to like a predominantly black podcast, they'll speak about it's Black History Month. It's Black History Month. I'll just be like,
bro. Here's the thing, man. Our history has been whitewashed, so it's not even our history. Yeah. It's not. I mean, it's the history that they provided to us and sold us, and we're now celebrating it. So,
but people like it's a thing for people. They feel a sense of power or of
false sense of power.
Yeah, false sense of power, or they feel like this is the month for them or so. Because I'll see memes and all that stuff. Y'all see that they had like they were celebrating some like cartoon characters that they aren't black, but we know they're black. You know, sort of like Goof Troop.
Oh yeah.
You know, they also had like the Gargoyles.
Okay.
And then they had
are they black? Like how they?
I mean, you can look at them and be like,
yeah, they're hood. They're hood.
I think they had Piccolo. It's like the
Piccolo's definitely black.
Piccolo's black. So it's just like, you know, you see these memes going around of just a celebration of black characters, and they'll have like some characters with like waves. They'll give them the waves. Like they'll give them the fresh Chris hairline. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It did the little with the brush. You know what I mean?
You know, I think that if Black History Month was the only month like that, I think that it maybe would be special in some way. Do we have Spanish History Month?
I wouldn't know.
I don't think so.
But I think they do have like in America like every month, not necessarily every, or maybe like
I'm not talking about
or a week
you know,
or
they come up with them holidays. It's like you know what I mean, like Sweetest Day, or every day is one of those. National Ice Cream Day, right? But Black History Month is a big deal. It's almost like a holiday for the whole month, right?
No, it's not.
I'm just hear me out. Okay. I'm saying that the how they speak about it, how it's displayed on our face. Last year I went into Target and there's this huge banner, right? Black History Month. And it was like all these national brands that were supposed to be black owned. But it's like, bro, why wouldn't you just put in like local black owned, you know, brands? But anyway, if there was less of them, then I would be, I wouldn't really change my position, but it would make me feel a little better about it in general. But as soon as they added in Pride Month, I said, oh, no, we're a laughingstock, man.
Just demon.
We're a laughingstock, right? Because is there Jewish History Month? There's no Jewish History Month. They went through the Holocaust, right? And why would we not give them a History Month? Why is there no White History Month, right? People that are in power, they don't have a History Month. But the ones that are unempowered, we have a History Month to make us feel... And
people who don't know their history,
right?
Or who have had their history manipulated based on the information they were taught growing up in school, or the type of history they decide to give you. Because a lot of times they start Black history off with slavery.
I mean, literally. What else is there?
Right, but they don't talk about what happens before slavery, like
slavery. Inventors.
Inventors?
Inventors.
Yeah.
So when you see something Black history, when you just hit the internet, right? This person invented yada yada yada, the peanut butter. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the name?
Carver,
right?
Which is nothing. That man was a genius.
And I'm not taking
peanut butter, right?
Yeah.
Taking nothing away from him.
Genius, but
an evil genius.
I mean, I don't know if he was doing it because he was getting paid. I don't know why he did it, but like he created a lot of GMO products. Like he created the modified soybean. It was supposed to be used to make plastic, to replace plastic, which is genius, right? Get rid of plastic, use soybean instead. You would have eliminated a lot of the disease we have today from microplastic and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think maybe he had good I don't know, man. I wasn't born back then.
Yeah. I just me personally at this stage, I'm very intuitive, and I know that you all are too. And when something doesn't feel right, I trust that. And I think that that's something that we as a people just have lost due to our diets and social conditioning. We don't trust our gut. We would rather post something on social media at this point and then see how everyone else feels and then decide how we feel. But instead of listening to our gut, it's just like, bro, this just don't even like, bro, something ain't right about this. And so I literally have not even thought about it until you just said something.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast and they mentioned it. I was just like, okay, interesting. But it brought me to the other point that I was curious about, because it is Black History Month, but it's also the month of love.
Is it? Oh.
I mean, so I was curious, in your newfound situation.
Is this a segment every week now?
What? I don't talk about your love.
That's true. We talked about it last week.
We talked about it before.
Go ahead and ask your question.
It wasn't on. Yeah, it wasn't on the main. It wasn't on the main.
Oh, it wasn't?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, bro.
Thank God. I know. I talked about something because she saw it.
Yeah. You talked about like, have you had a relationship like this type thing?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I'm curious to know, like, since you're in a relationship now. Like, do you plan on like celebrating, or has a conversation been had about expectations when it comes to this particular month?
The month or
their day?
They celebrate their love every month.
True that. I mean, but there's nothing like.
I feel like he tried to throw shade, but it came out really good. Look, it makes me look really good.
He definitely tried to throw shade.
Yeah,
no, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, you did.
He's the shadiest dude in
He
here.
is absolutely the shadiest. Somebody has a hat on.
Yeah, I mean, he got nothing but shade. You know what I mean?
He literally perpetual shade. He's walking under shade perpetually.
You know what I mean? I'll be the light. But yeah, so what's how's that gonna go, man?
I'll be taking a trip from the 13th to the 15th.
Oh, okay.
So
enough said.
All right. You're having a nice little. What was it? Something you actually? I mean, of course you want to do it because you. Go
ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
Nah, because
no. I want you to say it to the people.
Because you're very kind-hearted.
No. Use the right word. Use the right word now.
Nah.
You got the red hat on. You got pink on your shirt.
I'm about to,
use the right word.
What? Because you're romantic?
I
was going to say that though.
Oh, you weren't?
Oh no.
You gonna call me a simp?
I'm about to call you a soft ass nigga. That's what I was gonna say, but I wouldn't. I didn't. I was like, okay.
I have the absolute inability to be a simp because what I get back in droves.
I didn't mention simp.
I know. I'm just putting it out there.
Right.
Soft ass nigga simp. You know what I mean?
Would you say he's a simp when it comes to like celebrating love for his woman or anything like that?
In this particular relationship?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. And what situation would you say that he's a
Oh my God.
would be a simp? Or what attributes?
I mean, it's very simple. Giving to a woman, whether it was time or presence or just being generous to a woman in expectation of some type of reciprocation usually via sex or affection, and not getting it. And that's, I mean,
I think we've all been simps at some point. Simp behavior.
Simp behavior is different from being a simp.
Okay, we've had this conversation.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. I would never say I've never said Steve's a simp, but yeah, he exudes simp behavior in certain situations. Yeah.
You already have the idea of everything what you're gonna do.
Yes, there's. It's a little difficult because obviously I'm traveling. Yeah, so everything that I do has to come from out there. But I've started to do a little research. Obviously, I can't talk about it because she watched the podcast.
Right.
But
it's like Mel's trying to set you up. Or
I mean,
not nigga. He can say what he doesn't want to say. Not if you want me to bleep something, I can bleep it out.
I respect the question. No, you're good. But no, I have a couple things planned. But you know what I mean. I'm not. Chick doesn't like a lot of stuff, but you know what I mean. There's still some things we're gonna do.
I can't wait to hear about it.
What makes you think you're gonna hear about it?
I'll ask.
Okay.
Easy enough. Nigga.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
How about you?
Nah, nigga.
Huh?
I ain't doing shit. Just me and Rosie Palm. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Coco Palm. Me and Coco Palmer. We gonna be kicking it.
What does February 14th and Valentine's Day mean to you?
Absolutely nothing. I used to think it was my ex-girlfriend's birthday, but she lied to me, and it was her birthday was the day before. So
sorry.
I mean, This was when I was a child, though.
My ex's birthday is the 18th.
A lie is a lie, bro.
Yeah, I know. And when we got older, she tried to like play it off like, you don't even remember my birthday. And I was like, yes, I do. It's February 14th. She said, no, I knew you was gonna say that. It's the 13th. And I was just like, okay. I remember the 14th distinctively because that's the day of Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay.
What's the point of lying about that?
I don't know.
You're not getting double gifts. Your birthday is a day away from Valentine's Day. You're not getting double gifts. I may take you out to dinner for your birthday, something simple. I'm not double gifting you. Like, bro?
Double fisting.
Yeah. Jeez.
Double loving.
Like, nah, bro. You get, you know what I'm saying?
But in the same vein of love, recently, Shaquille O'Neal, he recently came out and said that men should not open up to women.
I saw that.
And so I was curious to know your thoughts about that. And the basis around him saying that was because, if there's an issue or if you open up to that woman, they'll just throw it back into in your face if there's like a heated argument, So what are your thoughts on men being vulnerable with women? I want to start with Chris this time.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's an obvious. Is there a debate here? That's obvious. You don't give women ammunition.
But why is that?
Well, because women are emotional. So when you hurt them or they feel hurt, they're going to try to hurt you emotionally. That's the way they fight. And also, a lot of times, depending on what you tell a woman, she will interpret that as weakness. I've heard so many women say, yeah, my man cried in front of me, and I don't know, I just can't. They have a flip. They have a switch that they flip. They have all these little switches. And once a switch is flipped, it's like, it's like certain things they just cannot get over no matter what. And men have been stripped away from their male friends with all this BS programming. Hey, honey, can I go out with the guys tonight? Well, why? What are you going to do? I wanted you to be here with me tonight. Oh, but honey, it's been a while. I haven't got to see my guys. Can I please go? you know that, like that whole narrative, that BS. And so guys stay at home with their girls all the time, or they alienate themselves from their male friends So they don't have a proper outlet. So they end up telling these women all this garbage. And now, yeah, they're going to use it against you. I mean, women, in our mind, we've been taught that they're on we should pedestalize them. That's how we've been raised as, people being raised in single family homes. And it's society as a whole. She's a goddess, she's a queen, cater to your woman, da-da-da-da, all that stuff. And so, men, Do
you not think there's a situation where you should? Like, just, like, man, you had a stressful day at work, and you're just like, damn it, man, I wanna be able to do this, but this is pissing me off. And, so you're saying a woman is not someone you should vent to if you're frustrated, had a bad day at work.
Once again, there's levels to it, number one. Number two, venting and telling all the intimate details of how you felt and all that stuff, that's two different things. And if your woman is really about you, you shouldn't have to say anything. She's going to already know. When a woman loves you, cares about you, she's going to pay attention to you. When your mood is off, she knows instantly. It's not there don't need to be a conversation. And her whole demeanor and how she handles you for the rest of that day or that period of time is going to change. She may ask you what's wrong, and you may tell her it's not something I want to talk about. And she's going to say, okay, no problem. And she's going to continue to do what she needs to do to nurture you.
In most situations, the woman's going to try to pry and ask. Like,
I mean, that's a devolved woman or unevolved woman, however you kind of want to look at it.
Because if she cares... If she cares about you, of course, you're a man and you want to move in your masculinity. But if the woman cares about you, is there anything I can do to make you feel better? Is that you need anything? And if you say that, maybe she'll feel as if you're hiding things from her. You don't trust her to relay this information to her. So you don't think that would cause some kind of strife in a relationship, or would you say
how do I have a bad day or bad week or bad situation, and because I don't want to give you intimate details about that, now it causes a problem in our relationship? Once again, that's a devolved woman or unevolved woman, however you want to look at it. That's it. Like, that's absolutely absurd. I have a problem, and because I have a problem, you have a problem because I have a problem, and so now we have a problem. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I live in a different world.
Have you ever been in situations like that?
Sure. I mean, I've been in situations where I address an issue with a female and then she turns my issue into an issue she had with me that she never talked about because she's upset and emotional in the moment and can't take accountability and can't be wrong. So she has to then flip it on me and try to tell me about what I did when I'm the one that brought this issue to the surface. Yeah, women do that.
I think I've had a lot of those. Like, look, I'm good. I just need time. Like, I'm good. Like, everything's good. I may be feeling down right now. Maybe I just got finished watching the Bengals. We ain't had the greatest season right now. Just give me about an hour and I'll be good. You feel me? Like, you need to blow off steam a little bit. You know what I mean? Without giving that emotions or those feelings to a woman. Because a lot of times the feelings that we feel, it's not even worth explaining. It's just exhausting. It's like, you know what? I'll figure it out.
I'll end with this. You, as a man, regardless of what society tries to tell you or even what your woman tries to tell you, you are the foundation of the relationship. You're the foundation of the family. You're the foundation of whatever you guys have built. If she can see cracks in the concrete, if she can see chinks in the armor, she's that much more susceptible to feeling like you're not capable, leaving, feeling insecure, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's unfortunate, but that's the role of a man to pretend like he always got the solution. That's what it is. Because if she knows your limits, then she knows exactly where you're going to break. And, some women might come and help and prop you up. Some women might get out, abandon ship before it goes down. It just depends. But you have to kind of create that, guys.
They'll be like, I ain't dealing with no scaredy ass dude. she gonna drop that zero and get her a hero. Steven, what are your thoughts on that? I felt like you were over there pondering, waiting.
You're stupid. I agree with a lot of what Chris said, but and most my entire life, 36 years of my entire life has been.
You 36?
I'm 37.
I'm about to say, okay.
Hear me out.
Okay, I'm here.
Out of 36 years of my entire life,
it's a new year. Okay.
that probably that's true. So I would say that overwhelmingly the majority of situations between men and women probably go that route. Every relationship that I've been in has been around that same part also. But I'm gonna tell you what, and I say this truly without blinders on of love, but my woman's not like that. And who knows, right? Time will tell. But there are already situations that have arose, and no, I don't tell her everything, but the things that I do feel that I can share, I do share, and there's things that I don't share.
So you have a filter.
I mean, of course. I don't think that you shouldn't have a filter, right? So that's what I'm saying. I agree with most of what you said. But in the sense of like the actual question, like with Shaq was like, yeah, don't share stuff with your woman. I don't agree with that. You can't share things with your woman because a lot of women have grown up in modern society where they are poisoned by the ideals of feminism and the ideals of options, and they'll leave. And maybe I have bought the tea, or whatever the term is, bought into, whatever. But there's been situations that have arose where I've shared just a little bit, and she has propped me up, like where I'm just like, hey, nah, I mean, I'm okay. She's like, no, I'm gonna take care of you, like. I know that if you're good, we're going to be good. And it was very uncomfortable for me to, even without telling her everything, So even just little things like that. And it wasn't a little thing, but even seeing that flicker, that glare of things was big for me. So I'm a little biased because of what I've recently experienced.
But my question would be, had you not told her everything, right, or whatever, would she have just pried and tried to get it out of you, or would she have just simply supported you knowing that you weren't feeling well?
No, her nature in general is to take me at what I give her.
So then that's my point then.
What she does? What do you mean? What's your point?
Without having to tell her all the intimate details or whatever, the ins and outs or whatever, or cry on her shoulder and all that stuff, she knew that there was something going on, and she just simply propped you up. She helped you.
Yes.
She supported you.
Yes.
Without having to know. So that's my point. Like, you don't have to tell them everything. You shouldn't have to tell them everything. If they know you, they know you. They know something's wrong.
Yeah.
And a woman that knows you, she also knows how to make you feel better, how to comfort you, when to give you your space. Mm-hmm. That comes from a woman who actually dated you with intention and got to know you.
Yeah.
Because people try to act like, you gotta tell me. No, I should not have to tell you.
Yeah, I agree.
If you got to know me with intention, I mean, how long we've been dating? We've been dating for 3-4 months, a year, 2 years. We've been married for 5 years. You should know me.
But the problem is that they don't go into relationships looking to learn you.
Right.
A lot of times the relationships start looking at, how does this make me feel, and what does he do for me?
And what does he do for me?
But and that is how all of my relationships have been. And I never even thought about it. Even when I started looking back at dating, it's always been like that. Mm-hmm. Like, why don't you know this about me? You know, like I learn who I'm with. Mm-hmm. I'm actively paying attention to your small things, the clothes you wear, what kind of bags you have, you know, the friends that you have around you, and I'm looking and learning you. I told her that I was bad with dates, horrible with dates. I don't remember birthdays. Like, it's just one of the things that hit my brain, and I recently just like really remembered my kids' birthdays. I'm serious. Like, I mean, like I know them, but like they would slip. You know what I'm saying? It's the year.
That's what your Google phone's all about.
It's the year. But well, I mean, I have them now. But I've known her birthday since day one.
I remember all the important people in my life's birthdays.
Okay.
Like every single one of them.
That's good.
If I don't remember your birthday,
I don't with you.
I just think that for in my brain, for whatever reason, it just doesn't hold.
I even remember my fourth grade crush's birthday.
That's crazy. Not crazy in a bad way, but that's dope, right? But that's how your brain's wired.
Well, because I was really
Let's
crazy
do her numerology. What's her birthday? So no.
Yeah, no.
You don't know the year. Don't worry about it.
Anyway,
her birthday is March 4th, 1987.
Jeez. 87.
Here we
year
go.
of the. No, I'm just joking.
So, at the end of the day, I think that for most relationships, I think that men should hold back, and not saying that they can't share things, but the woman that you are with, we're not talking about like if you're dating, obviously, right? But we're talking about relationships where there's some skin in the game. You guys have been together for a year, 2 years, or maybe you're looking further. You know, there should be some things that you should be able to tell her that are intimate, but you can also explain things in a way that's not weak or emotional. You know, you could, if you are struggling somewhere with a coworker, how to deal with something, you can say it in a way that doesn't make you look soft.
Sure.
Right. Like, I got this coworker at work. I'm not really sure how to deal with them.
Nah, fuck him up.
I mean, you could say that, you know,
fuck him up.
but like but when you go in there crying, like, man, I got this coworker, he be pissing me off, you know, like he's always taking breaks and got to work longer. Right. Even when I started saying it, I felt like I was weak.
I would laugh.
You know what I'm saying?
My coworker took my coleslaw. I swear.
It's all
the lunches you pack me, man. He keep eating my lunches, man.
Yeah.
Finish, man. I need
like
money.
It's almost like because men today holistically have not been taught how to express emotions in a masculine way or in a proper way, we express them in a way that we see them expressed, which is now feminine, right? So that's the way I see it. So we see emotions expressed primarily from women, and subconsciously we then express them in the same way, and then they see that and they're like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Right. But you can express an emotion just by talking about it, right?
I don't
like
think women want to see a feminine man.
No. I know. I mean, listen.
I mean, I know the times have changed.
Yeah, times have changed, but
no real woman.
No woman wants to see a feminine man or deal with a feminine man, right? Now, and part of that is the way that you communicate and the way that you express how you feel, because you can express how you feel in a very clear, concise way that expresses how you feel and get your point across without coming off soft.
It's the not showing emotion part, really. I think that's what, I don't know. When I heard the question, I ain't see the segment.
I didn't see the segment either. I just saw like a 10-second clip.
I'm thinking don't show emotion. That's what I actually heard when I heard all of this.
Is that what it said? Or that's what your brain heard?
That's what my brain heard.
Okay. Okay, because I don't know.
Because I've heard this conversation before. So that's what I went to.
You said something during your monologue, and it made me think about a reel I just saw, and it was about like women they'll use ammunition, bring things up, right? Mm-hmm. And it made me think about this reel, and I want you guys to I want you guys to listen to it.
Okay.
And we can touch on it. It can be a segue also, but
what's going on is that my birthday is February 10th, and
You don't need to see it.
Just won 2 free tickets to Vegas for the Super Bowl, which is essentially on my birthday, and he's abandoning me and taking his best friend instead.
Wait a minute. Let me explain. I'm not abandoning her. We could do something before or after. I've told her that so many times. Okay. So many times.
Okay, but listen, Derek, you could take me, and you're choosing to not take me, leave me all alone on my birthday.
Hey, Derek, who are you taking with you?
Someone else.
I'm taking my best friend. I'm taking my best friend, Brad. We've known each other for years. We watch the game every Sunday. I can't not take him.
So he's a big football fan. Are you a football fan, Megan?
Well, I'm not necessarily
All right, Dan,
a fan of football, but I'm a fan of Vegas. Okay? Listen, also Taylor Swift is probably going to be there.
Taylor Swift.
I'll take you to Vegas. I'll take you to Vegas. I'll take you to Usher. I'll take you to Taylor Swift, but not right now.
No. What's going on is that my birthday is...
So let me, before I get your thoughts on that. But I brought that up because it made me think about how women will use things against you years and years later. And because I was having this conversation with my girl, and I sent to her, didn't say anything, and she said, "Do you want my opinion?" I said, "Yes." And so then she gave me her opinion, but I don't want to say anything right now because I just want your opinions. But it made me think about that because how they will use things against you that you tell them, or when Chris said, don't give them ammunition. Because in my head, I said, well, she's going to use that against him.
It's ammunition.
Oh, my God. I don't think it's something that will never go away. I think that's going to kill their relationship. But what are your thoughts?
Go ahead, Chris.
No, Mel, you go first.
Yeah, you go first, Mel.
Okay. My thoughts about that, whatever.
Yeah, just everything we just talked about.
Well, I'm with the guy, like, bruh.
Yeah, that's the right way to say it.
I mean, I am.
I gotta be with my guys. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's how I feel. I'm just like, you don't even watch football. You don't even care about football. You care about everything that has nothing to do with football. Usher and Taylor Swift, that has nothing to do with football.
Do you know how much these tickets are?
Crazy
Thousands of dollars.
I'm sorry, how much?
No, it's
Thousands.
way more than thousands.
$2 million a seat.
Well, that's for they have a suite that costs $2,500,000.
I heard they were $2 million a seat.
No.
It's not $2 million a seat.
Not $2 million a
it's,
seat.
if you want to get into a suite.
Golly,
Oh,
bro.
I mean, we say
No one
thousands.
would
We're
be
still
there.
talking tens of thousands.
Yes,
We can
yes.
just Google it.
Thousands of dollars.
I saw $2 million a
When
seat.
you say how much the tickets are we talking about the tickets? Tickets? Or are we talking about booths?
I just saw.
He said he won tickets, right?
I saw tickets were $2 million a piece.
No, that's impossible.
No.
Nobody would be there.
They said just getting inside Allegiant Stadium or Allegiant Stadium to see the Kansas City Chiefs take on the San Francisco 49ers will cost around $8,000 for a single ticket, which is 35% more expensive than
That's higher than I thought.
the $6,000 get-in price of the Super Bowl this time last year.
That's for nosebleeds, huh?
Yeah, those are for the
Or
worst
standing.
tickets. Those
Now
are for
the ones
worst
you
tickets.
probably seen that said $2 million were the suites because
That's okay. I didn't look it up. I just saw something that said that.
because McCaffrey, he's a
Why are people paying that much to go to watch this crap?
nigga, people like it. It's an
People like it. You're gonna pay a car to go and watch
But the thing is, it's
to
not,
watch people throw a pigskin.
It's not going to be for people who can't afford it. It's not going to be for people who can't afford it.
Clearly.
It's going to be for all these rich people who have all this money. Maybe it'll be someone who saved
a
up.
lot of the people there also are from people that win seats. There's a lot of people that give away Super Bowl tickets because it's advertisement.
And they have like groups, like they'll buy them in like groups. So I guess like if we all were to go to the Super Bowl, we can just split the section, or we can.
How, Mel? If each seat is $8,000, so we just get together $52,000 and then we go get a section.
Amen. Yeah, it'll be like that.
It's not
but
worth
it's
it
still
to
gonna
me.
be packed. I don't feel like it's worth it. But in relation to that video, I'm with the guy as far as like. You're not abandoning her birthday. Her birthday's on the
13th.
The 13th.
The Saturday before.
Wait, the 10th.
Yeah, he said we can do
I
after.
thought you said, no, I think she said the 13th.
I thought she said the 10th, but whatever. He said we can do something before, we can do something after, just not on the day of. Like, what's wrong with just allowing your husband to go to watch football? Like, You don't watch football.
Yeah.
You don't watch football.
That's what did it for me.
Like, simple. I could see if it's just like you cared about football. This is what you want to do. You're a sports fan, an avid sports fan. But you just want to go for everything that's outside of football, which I wouldn't respect.
She's probably the girl that is on Facebook, like, here he goes, watch it Sunday again. You know what I mean? Yay, sports. You know, like that's how my ex was. She'd just be like, yay, sports. Yeah. Like, I don't care about it. Like, I'm not taking you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going because I want to watch the game. Like, I'm into sports. You're going to be sitting there nagging me, asking me to get you food. Can we get some beers? Right? It's my birthday, Brad. Like she's gonna ask questions the whole game. Like, yo, shut up. Like, I'm trying to enjoy the game. Like, it's a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah.
Right. So
she would literally ruin.
She would ruin
the
it.
experience.
Yeah.
This is the selfishness of women. I'm sure. What? I can't say that?
No, you can.
I'm sure in the comment sections, the women are like,
nope. Oh, it's a lot of guys.
Oh, it's just it's guys.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Even the women are telling they're on his side also.
This is delusional.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's hard to like quantify this. Her birthday's on the 10th.
I think it's the 13th.
You keep saying that. Replay it.
I did. I'm pretty sure it's the 13th.
Replay it.
Y'all wanna throw a wager?
My birthday is February 10th.
Yeah, thank you. You just said you don't remember dates, and you gonna argue with me about the woman's date.
No, because I thought that I went back and watched it again. I was like, okay, it's
so
13.
What day is the actual game?
Next weekend.
The 11th. Oh, it's the same. Okay, that's what confused me. I was looking at January. That's why it confused me. So yes, her birthday's the 10th. The Super Bowl's the 11th.
Okay.
So it's continue.
So they can literally do something on the 9th into the 10th.
No. Her birthday's Saturday. Super Bowl Sunday.
I understand that, Steven.
Okay.
But I would imagine he probably don't want to fly in the same day the game is.
Oh no, yeah. So Friday.
Okay, so we can celebrate you on the 9th into the 10th because 12 o'clock is going to be your birthday. We do all of that stuff. Then maybe later on that night, I get on the flight. Boom, I go to Vegas or whatever, get all set up. We do the game. We come back. We can have another celebration. Okay, it's not even on her actual birthday. The simple fact that she knows how much this man loves football. Mm-hmm. This is the thing. She knows that they watch together. She knows the camaraderie, and she's thinking, "I'm supposed to come before everything else."
Yeah,
that attitude is so trash.
Toxic.
That is so trash. Not only should you not come before everything else, if you're with a man who puts you before everything else, that should be a red flag. Like, that man puts you before everything else? That means he has no purpose. His friends, his relationships, nothing else matters. You are priority always?
Oh, they ain't
That's
gonna
insane.
They ain't going like that.
That's insane, bro.
It is.
What kind of man puts a woman first in everything? That's incredibly crazy to me.
They're going to hear that and be like, why wouldn't he put me first?
But what situation would you say that you should put the woman first?
I mean, there's a lot of, I
don't know. You tell me. I'm asking.
When in happiness, right? Like, when I say happiness.
Her happiness comes before yours?
If I'm going to be with her, I'm going to be in a state of happiness already. That doesn't mean I'm going to do things that are going to be in my detriment just to ensure that she's happy. But for example, if we want to go out for dessert or something, and I want Rita's and she wants ice cream, Cheesecake Factory, right, for dessert. Does it make more sense for me to argue the fact that I want Rita's because we went to Cheesecake Factory 2 weeks ago, or does it make more sense holistically for my relationship just to be like, I'm gonna go to Cheesecake Factory?
Or you can just go to Rita's and then go to Cheesecake Factory.
Why would we do that?
Or you can go to Rita's and get a cheesecake Rita's.
I mean, my nigga take a sip of water.
What I'm saying is that are there ways to have this conversation? Absolutely. But am I gonna create an argument out of that, or am I gonna make this a big deal? Like, no, I know that I don't do I want something sweet in that moment? Sure, right? If I'm putting myself in a hypothetical. But I know that also women that tend to be unhappy are insufferable. And if this is a woman that I have chosen to be with, and if I genuinely it doesn't matter that much, then I would choose to let her pick, or I would choose her happiness in this scenario over myself.
It's a case-by-case basis, man.
That's why I said it could be.
This isn't something that you can see like, well, where should a woman? It's a case-by-case basis. My only problem is when she's the woman, she's always number one. She's priority.
That's a problem.
She can't be priority over my work.
No.
Like, I'm not even talking about a job. I'm talking about what is your work? What is your passion in life? What is your reason for being here? It's not that woman. So, and then what's attractive about that to a woman that a guy would put his, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a video I saw of this dude, obviously wealthy guy, you know, has the trophy girl, and they're in the car and he's working. He's on the phone. I don't know what they're doing, but he's able to just be on his phone for a moment. And she's like, could you just pay more attention to me? And he puts his phone down and he looks over to her. And then all of a sudden they're transported to a different life where they're basically poor. They're broke.
Wow.
And they're like, what's going on? You know? So the reality is the reason why the woman is attracted to the man is because of his passion, his purpose, and the fact that he is focused on something other than a woman. You can't then abandon that once you get the woman or whatever to give her what it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I was in a relationship.
Where are you?
I just said
Steve
that.
said, when was that? I don't remember that.
I was in a relationship.
Where are you?
When the chick that I was with, I wanted to go to an EDM concert, and I didn't invite her. And the reason why I didn't invite her is because prior to this particular EDM concert, like, you know, she figured out what my interests are. I like EDM music, so I let her listen to it. She's like, oh, I don't like this. This is loud. And then she was like, what, a bunch of people do drugs. They go to those concerts. They're going to be drugged out. I was like, ugh, I don't want to be around that stuff. I was like, okay, cool. And so there was an event. I was like, hey, I'm about to go to a concert with my friends. That's what I'm about to do. And she said, you didn't even think to invite me. And I was just like, you have expressed to me, you don't like this music. It's loud. You don't want to be around all these people who's going to be, you know, dressed like, because you know how women are dressed in it. It's very
they're basically naked.
Provocative.
It's very provocative, and there's ass cheeks. There's like fishnet clothing, you know. So I'm just like, you told me you don't like this, so I'm not even thinking about inviting you to this stuff. And then she got upset.
Oh God.
That I didn't invite her. You're not even thinking of inviting me and stuff like that. It was a whole debacle.
Why would I invite you to a concert where I've had you listen to the music and you were disgusted at the music? Yeah. Why would and of course you're going to, I assume that you're going to have to pay for the ticket. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to pay for the ticket, and then I'm gonna have to listen to you complain the whole time about how it's hot. People are all over you. You're sure people are doing drugs. Like, and I can't enjoy myself. Why would I invite you? It's not that I don't care. I actually showed that I care because I didn't invite you. Right. That's because if I invited you, it may put pressure on you to come to something that you don't want to do.
The end result was she got upset that I didn't invite her. And so I was like, okay, I'll buy a ticket. I bought the ticket. We
shit.
That was no.
How this?
Keep it out. I bought the ticket, and then she was still upset over it. We were driving to another party's house because we all just gonna leave to go out together, and then she was still upset, and then while we were driving to Dallas, because that's the area that she kind of lived in, whatever, she decided to just stay home.
Oh my God.
Like, because she wanted to grab something or whatever, because her house was just like close to the venue, whatever.
You're talking about the girl?
Yeah, the girl.
Okay.
And then she was still upset. And then she just stayed, and I was like, all right, let's just roll out.
Wow.
So basically, I wasted my damn money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on her complaining over something that she said she wanted to go to or didn't feel included in or whatever, but she ultimately didn't end up going,
bro,
at the end of the day. So I was just like, yeah, you know what?
Man, you went through it.
Oh, yeah, man. I'll be going through some
I didn't
bullshit.
know about that. That's crazy.
That's grounds.
Yeah, that's grounds.
That's grounds right there.
Yeah, but now, you know, obviously we're not together anymore. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that was a situation that I was just like, when you mentioned that Super Bowl thing, I was like, oh, nigga, I had an exact situation like that. Where I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll include you, but you ended up not going because you were upset and angry anyway.
Yeah.
Stupid. You wasted my money.
This woman would have gone, and I'm sure she would have had fun, but like it's very selfish. And funny thing is that's what my girl said when I sent her that. She completely agreed with. I gave her no opinion of my own, and she was like, "Wow, that's very selfish of her." She was like, "Why would you even go? She doesn't even watch football. Like, why would you even want to go?" And I understand. She was like, "It's Vegas, you know, da da da." But like, if you have a friend who y'all watch football together, absolutely take your friend. What she did say is she was like, "No, babe, you can go. Just make sure you leave your credit card."
Make sure you leave that credit card. Guys, you in Vegas, right?
You know what I'm saying? She said, make sure you leave your credit card. But she did mention, because we talked, I don't want to tell her business, but it was even me leaving my credit card was not necessarily something for her. It was so she could do something for me. But anyway.
No, I mean, I get you. Yeah,
nice.
You know
what I'm saying?
I want to ask y'all a question that I was thinking about, and when you were talking, it kind of triggered a thought about a first date, because this is something that I'm thinking about doing.
A first date
from now on.
Bad idea. Just don't even go on first dates.
But the thought of the first date, like when you're meeting someone, because I don't like the idea of doing things that you don't want to do, but you're doing it to appease the woman. And currently, I'm at this state where my ideal first date is either I come over to your crib or you come over to my crib. And
Netflix and chill.
You playing a risky game.
Well, I'm saying, but I just want to know your thoughts.
Okay,
or,
go ahead.
You know, how would you all approach? Or
That's the whole thought.
Well, the thought is I don't want to do anything extravagant, because typically when you have like these first dates, you want to go out to dinner and all that stuff. But the way I eat, going out to eat is not like, okay, I can't wait to go out to eat. No, I'd rather just fucking eat the food that I know I can make, or order the food from the restaurant that I want. And then we could eat, we could chill. It doesn't necessarily have, because I know the implementations that it has when you invite someone over.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to get it in. But
right.
It's just like, no, it's more convenient. We're in the safety of our home. If we want to watch a movie, we could do that. If we want to put music on, we can do that. If we just want to talk, we can sit comfortably, get to know one another. Maybe if we drink, we could drink. If we it's just like
so it is an option.
Well, no, not the sex part, but just like a convenience part. Because like people I know I've done this numerous amounts of times, just going out or trying to do something on the first date. It's just like, bruh, I don't want to, do all this stuff. I just want to do something that's easy and convenient and stress free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's stress free. Like, cause cats stress looking up where you want to go. I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to, I've never been to this place, so I have to assume there's parking and all this extra shit that just comes with having a first date with someone. So based on that information, what's your assessment?
I know your heart. I don't have an issue with where your heart's at. I also know the dating market, and I know a lot of women are walking around with a lot of trauma, and there are going to be the majority of women that aren't going to be for that, or they may, but they're going to be apprehensive, and it may be awkward, just because. I think that it's something that you can definitely do if you take the time to get to know them before kind of trying to do that. But I think in today's world, as soon as you mention first date, my house, your house, they instantly go, he wants to have sex. So I think that it is definitely a mountain to climb. But if you take the time and, you know, get to know someone first. And then you explain to them, well, here's the reason why. Because I eat a certain way, it makes it difficult for me to go out to restaurants. And I've, on dates previously in the past, finding an activity that was simple, that allows us to really truly get to know each other, has been difficult as well. So to kind of relieve the stress of that, this is what I usually like to do. I think that if a woman who truly is interested in you would be open to that, but you're going to have to filter a lot of the ones that maybe aren't out. So as long as you know kind of what you're asking for, you're decreasing your pool, or you're funneling them.
Yeah. And
that absolutely can be a good thing. You know, it also just, you also could just go through more women, which is also time consuming, you know, just the texting and you know what I mean? So, which they could get funneled eventually anyway, but you know, I don't see there being a problem with it. It's not something that I would do personally, but you have more dating experience than me. So if you feel as though that is something that you want to attempt.
I've never done it. Like, come over. Well,
what are you going to do? You going to cook for her?
Possibly. Or we can just order some food.
Where are you going to eat at? Where are you going to eat at?
Like location?
No. Yeah,
we can eat in my room. Or we can eat down here. Wherever you feel comfortable.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I think that having those things in planned ahead of time, maybe even outside of the room, would be more beneficial.
I mean, I've had dates where a girl didn't feel comfortable coming to the room and we just stay down here.
I think that is, you know, like I think it can definitely work.
I think it's just annoying, like, bro.
I think that you are creating an obstacle for yourself to have to hurdle in this market that it's not going to be beneficial. It's just going to make it more complicated.
To invite them over?
Yeah, Mel. Like the only women, like Steven gave you some good ways to do it and be successful, which is true. I mean, if you're talking to a girl for 2 months, she probably will come over on the first date. Seriously. You've been talking to her for 2 months, talking, spending time on the phone. She's getting to know you. You guys are getting to know each other way better than you ever would on a date, right? Then she may be more open to just coming over and, you know, doing that. But if you're talking about a week or two of texting and you like, yeah, you know, would you come over? Mel, 90% of women that you would be interested in are going to say no off top. They're not even going to think about it. And then the other 10%, you're going to, come on, you know. You know, the ones that are going to say yes are the ones you're not going to be interested in. So...
Which ones are those?
The ones that he's not attracted to.
The big girls.
Oh my God.
So my thing is this. There's plenty of things to do outside of the house that don't cost you anything, don't involve food, don't involve crazy planning. Like plenty.
Like what?
I mean, I'm not going to say they're going to be super exciting.
Well, I don't think
anything. Park, bro. The park.
Hey man, you could do a picnic, man. Listen, get you. What's wrong with a picnic? You don't gotta sit on the. You don't gotta get the red checkered picnic thing and sit on the floor. There's a park right up the street. They have picnic benches. You thoughtfully craft a meal, right? And get some plates, silverware, take some drinks. You know what I mean? And you don't have to do candles. You don't have to do flowers. You don't have to do any of that, right? Take your little speaker with you and be like, yeah, listen, you know what? I put together a little something. I like doing things outdoors. So I'm gonna put together some food and let's go to the park and let's sit and get to know each other.
I mean, I'm not saying this as if I haven't done any of these things.
I know you,
because I've done these.
Right.
It's just my initial thought was like, man, you know what? I come over, you come over. Like,
logically,
like,
man.
bruh. I understand the sentiment, but like, I don't even know you.
Logically, if you were dating men, this would make sense. You're not dating men. You're dating emotional creatures. You're talking about a subset of people who think that if they meet a guy on a dating app, the likelihood of them getting killed is 90%. Like they're weak, bro. They don't think logically. It's like, do you have any idea how many people go on dates and don't get killed? Like, can you even fathom how many dates happen every day where people do not get killed?
Or kidnapped.
Or kidnapped, or like the amount of women that safely go out and come back home on dating apps is infinitely higher than the one or two ever who experience the other.
Is that one bad apple?
It's probably less than 100 women total that have experienced what these women think. And it's like, they always think that this worse is going to happen.
They go to the extreme.
Well, it happened to one woman out of 15 billion. It could happen to me. No, it's not going to happen to you.
That is literally them taking on the traumas of other people, taking on the mishaps because of the news, and living in that without me getting all sciencey, because I've been studying this recently. But okay, well, their nervous system is constantly upregulated due to traumas that they've seen on TV. That their friends have told them that may be not even true, because women lie, big time, lie to each other, right? And then also how they feel, right? Like they then will turn that into reality. So then they'll say something like, girl, you know, he was trying to get me to come up and have sex with me. And in reality, that never happened. That's how she felt.
Yeah.
So because how she felt, he was going to try to pressure her. In her mind, that's what he did. And then now she tells another girl that. And then now every time this other girl that now heard it from her friend that said this happened to, her nervous system now becomes upregulated, and she feels all this anxiety just because someone else told her something, or an experience that happened to her that didn't even happen. And then because of social media and how things spread, now you have this so widespread that so many women feel this way, and they don't understand the things that are happening. The stories from our generation, our aunties, right? Because now that's the generation of women that we're dating, their children, things of that nature. They have had issues in the past, and then now all that stuff is getting passed down, and no one's doing any kind of healing or anything, and they're just blaming men for everything. And it's just like, bro, none of this, obviously stuff happens, but a lot of the stuff isn't true. And so much happens to men also that men just don't talk about because there's no space for it. But in general, finding a woman who doesn't have those type of anxiousnesses, is that the word, anxieties, right, and has a calmness about her in that way, I would say number one is more rare than not. And the way that you approach her can either put her at ease, or it can upregulate her and make her more anxious based upon yourself and your nervous system. So, and that's very difficult to do over the phone or through text. So I think in general, once again, I'm not shooting down your idea. Once again, I think
it can be done.
Yeah, it definitely can be done. Once again, I think there's just a lot more work that you're gonna have to put into it. That's why I said you decrease the amount that are available to you, because it's funnel.
But it would you? Because I mean, I had a situation where I went out on a date with a girl.
Was this recently?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Because you went out last night.
What, you eyeing me, cuz?
No, I was outside. I was outside doing my workout, and you were in the car. And I pointed at you, and I don't. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, you was gone. It was gone for a while. I was wondering what you was doing too.
I said, "Oh, it's Saturday." It was like 10 o'clock. I said, "He's going on a date." Where were you at?
Enjoying life. So I was on a date because I was telling stories, and we can get to that afterwards.
Oh, okay.
I was on a date in the past with a girl, and we went to some restaurant, and she actually paid for the meal.
Wow. First date?
First date.
She didn't want to have sex with you.
But we actually came back here. We came back to the crib after the date. You know what I mean? And
did you have sex with her?
Nah.
Did you want to?
No.
Okay.
I didn't want to, but we were kind of in a position to like do something. I'm just like,
it was chill. You know.
Maybe she was just in her masculine.
But
take
also,
you on a date.
Yeah, possibly.
Take you back to the crib.
Was that weird for you? Oh no, that's right. Mel was used to this stuff.
Nigga, don't let Chris.
Women throw themselves at him.
Mel, come on.
I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. We enjoy life, man.
Okay.
You know, there's certain perks to life. You
Questions
know?
answered.
Nah, I'm just saying. I mean, it's just.
Mel's like, she should pay for me.
I'm the catch.
The thing is, I wasn't like all the way attracted to her like that. Yeah, I mean, so.
But that's what Chris said. He said the girls that you're gonna want are gonna be the ones that aren't gonna want to.
And it's not. I mean, she had a pretty face. She was just a little bigger.
Do you want her?
If she would have lost weight,
did you want her?
Okay, so
but did you want her?
Did I want her?
As she was,
she was never gonna lose weight. Okay.
Okay. So Chris is correct.
There you go.
So the
No.
girls.
Now you know.
No. I mean, don't get me. I've also had some chicks that I wanted pay for me and all
That's
that stuff.
wild. I've only had 2 girls pay for me on dates ever. One of them was like she wasn't a millionaire, but she had bread.
She had bread?
Yeah.
Shit.
But she was no
Ultra masculine.
Ultra.
Oh yeah.
Ultra.
She army or some shit.
Yeah, but she had bread. Like she pulled up on the in a Porsche Cayman something, and I was just like, bruh.
Did she open the door for you?
No, we went to arcade.
Oh, okay.
And
in Texas?
Yeah, it was in Arlington.
Damn, nigga, hold on.
He's probably done more dating out here than he has ever, right?
Oh yeah.
He was in the slammer. Nigga,
what?
This is the second time. He just keeps bringing that up.
Wow, Mel.
You bringing up more than me. You throwing shade? You got your hat on?
My shady hat?
Shady boots.
Shady boots?
I'm measy shady.
Nah, man, but I came out here, my personality was different. I looked different.
Swag's
and
on a million.
had more confidence. Yeah, I dated. But yeah, she was masculine. She had 2 houses. She like worked in Ohio and then also lived in Dallas, owned a international transport company.
Oh yeah, she
was
importing and exporting.
She was shaking and moving, man.
Yeah, she was saying that like half the time she would spend in like India and Dubai, because her clients are out there, and
so she probably speaks multiple languages.
No, she didn't speak multiple languages, but she said that she did a lot of entertaining. So she would have to take them out to restaurants, and sometimes they'd be out all night. It does. It sounds fun,
yeah.
But it's just like, no, bro, this is over time because you're still in sales. Yeah. She's selling. So, yeah, but she had money. Like there was one time and my back was hurting. And that's when we went out on this date.
My back.
And yeah, this was like a year and a half ago, something like that. And we went on this date and that's the one she paid for. And I like stood up to give her a hug and I winced. And she was like, "Oh, you okay?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, so my back's bothering me a little bit. Every once in a while it does this." And she was like, "Okay." And then I went home or whatever. And then she was texting me, was like, "You want me to come over? Help you take care of your bag?" And I'm just like, "Nah, I'm good."
She wanted the D.
Yeah. She made it very clear at later. But then the next day she was like, "Listen, I'm on the plane right now, and I talked to one of my I have this app or whatever that basically she could hire nurses, and she was like, I'm gonna send a nurse to take care of you for 2 days," and I'm just like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah." She was like, I'll pay for it. She'll stay there for 2 days. They're nurses, so they're like, they can bring medicine, whatever you need. They can give you shots, like without a prescription. They are everything. And I was just like, no, I'm okay. Like I'm good. Like, and I'm thinking like, this is gonna cost at least $1,000, $2,000.
Come to your house
and say
2,000. 48 hours.
Yeah, 2 full days.
48 hours. 48 hours. That's a week worth of. That's it's a week check. So if they're a nurse, you said $1,000.
I said a couple thousand.
Okay.
Traveling nurse, like yeah. And I just was like, "Are you serious?" And she was like, "Absolutely. Why wouldn't I be?" And I was just like, I don't know, like we don't really know each other like that.
Man.
Like we've been on 2 dates, and the first day I'm like, man, I don't know about this. So I was like, well, let me go in a second, because I was just like, she was hiding her body a little bit, like, and I'm just like, and
no, you knew what it was.
I did, but at first I liked her personality. She was really bubbly. And then by the second date, like literally, she was calling me. I'm like, bro, like, don't you work? Like, why are you calling me 3-4 times a day? I just want to talk to you. Like, and I'm just like, I don't think this gonna work. Like,
I need my time and space.
Yeah, man, but but it's just like, so it's funny because like women will be like, they think that we see the same thing in them that they see in us. It's like, I saw all that money and I was like, this isn't attractive. Not the finances that's not was unattractive. It was what she has to do and who she has to become in order to make those. Yeah. And I'm just like, you're never going to allow me to lead in this relationship. You're the man.
Y'all went to a restaurant, right?
Yeah, it was the spot that you like right next to Ross.
Papaya Garden.
I think that's it. It's a nice little Asian spot.
Thai spot, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're, well, I guess in the same vein as food, we recently had Keith Lee in Dallas, man.
I saw that. I just caught up on that yesterday.
Everything?
I know everything. Oh. Unless there was something new that came out today.
Oh, okay, nah, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you probably would know more than me. Then,
yeah, Chris made me make a TikTok, man. So
I saw you on there.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you add me?
No, it was like
Saudi.
No, I was just like
Is it Steven?
He was confused.
Yeah, I was confused because he was literally saying like he didn't like TikTok.
He made me, and then we didn't even use it.
Well, you can eventually use it.
You have to use the app so we can use it. Use the app. Get some followers.
I have it now.
Then we're on the live stream. He's like, yeah, I don't have a TikTok. I'm like, yeah, just made one. Tell them to go to your TikTok so you can use the app.
But Keith Lee came to Dallas. You know what I mean? He came to our city and he showed a lot of love. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He ain't talk about no vegan spots.
What vegan spots?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's a vegan though.
What they got to do with anything? Vegans can't get love.
So
we only gonna go to meat eaters restaurants?
He's gone to vegan spots before. I've watched. I've watched a review where he went to a vegan spot and he was like, "Yeah, I don't even eat vegan food, but it was good."
Yeah.
All right, this was they call this chicken. I don't know what this is. We're gonna see what it's like though. I'll tell you what, customer service was great. You know, we don't really go in. I send my parents in to make sure that they don't know it's me. I don't want any special treatment.
I mean,
that was a good Keith Lee, man. But so he came here. He blessed a lot of people. He showed a lot of love to people. He went to food trucks.
He's like Santa Claus. Isn't he like Santa Claus right now?
I don't know if
Santa Claus. I would say
he comes. He brings gifts. He brings attention. It's joyful.
I mean, he doesn't lie to people. He doesn't.
It's not always joyful.
I mean, he doesn't bring the discord.
Somebody said that he is a amplifier, and I said that is the greatest way to explain him.
Okay. An amplifier. Define the meaning behind that in context with him.
He will amplify whatever is happening at your restaurant, and he puts a spotlight and a magnifying glass on who you are and what you're about. Mm-hmm. So if you have bad customer service, he amplifies it. Mm-hmm. Everyone, it clearly comes through. Yeah. If you have great food, great customer service, great prices, yada, 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 it clearly comes through. So he just increases whatever you already are. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah,
if you're conniving, greedy, selfish, he amplifies it. Now you lose your whole business.
Mel has a story about that.
Yeah, which I'm sure you know about. Because he went to a food truck. Was it a food truck?
It was a food truck. Say their name.
I don't know.
Sweetly Seasoned.
Hey, take it away.
No.
You just watched it.
You're the host. Sweetly Seasoned.
Exactly. Take it away. I don't know as much about it.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
Oh. Well, I don't want to. Okay. So he goes to this food truck and he enjoys the food. And as he's finishing, as Keith Lee does, he was like, I want to bless you guys. And I want to give you, I heard $4,000 and $5,000.
I thought it was $4,000.
It's $4,800.
Okay. Yeah. So that sounds right based upon the breakdown. So, Chris, you know about it?
Yeah.
Okay, but the people might not. All right. So he gives them $4,800, and he's there's not just the food truck. They have a barber there, and then they have someone who braids. And it's just a little family thing, and they do it in a parking lot, right? Little thing. And so when he finishes, because he doesn't carry cash, and he explained through Zelle and Venmo why he didn't use Zelle and Venmo.
He wouldn't just carry cash that amount of money anyway.
Who would?
I mean,
Especially
going to the hood. And
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, I'm not. So what he did was there was reasons that he couldn't use Zelle and Venmo outside of his control, because he said I watched another video where he explained, like, I will do that, but he didn't because of, for whatever reason. So he put it through the POS system, which is, you know, the card, and they just charged him for that amount. So he said, give $1,000 to the barber, $1,000 to the braider, keep $1,000 or $2,000 to yourself, to the owner, and then I want to pay for $800 to $1,000 worth of food for the next people.
Yeah.
Right. So
I think that's dope that he does things like
I
that.
think
was
that's
incredibly
super
generous.
Right. Incredibly.
Because now it's free advertising. Now people get to come have a meal, and then they be, oh, this food's good, I'll come back.
Yeah. Why would you not?
Yeah.
Right. And it's in, like, if you go and you happen to get there and it's still free, yes, I'm going to come back. This is good.
You're going to flood them. So the free food should go fast.
Super fast.
And she's going to go back into having to charge food
The rest of the day.
Right.
So then I watched a reel or TikTok, whatever. It was about her and
The owner.
The owner.
Okay.
So they said that she only, as soon as Keith Lee left, she only let 3 more people get free food. Mm-hmm. Everyone else got charged after that point. Mm-hmm. Additionally, she kept the $2,000 for herself, and she kept the additional $2,000 for the braider and the barber. So she kept all of the money. And her son tried to come to her defense, and then her basic response was she was on her Instagram, and they said she doubled down, and basically was like, "What I do with my business is my business. I'll take care of my son, but everybody else, they work for me." And she basically said, they're not getting paid. So that is the general, the gist of it.
Let me clear something up, because I don't know if you missed something. I don't know if you did on purpose, but the barber and the braider were not a part of her business. Keith Lee thought that they were all a family and they were together. Now, the idea and the concept is dope. Had they had their wits about them and had they had a business mind, they would have turned that into something right then and there. But instead, she distanced herself like, I don't know them. They just got here. So Sherelle, the girl that was promoting for Keith Lee to come to this woman's truck, I guess she was helping her that day, but she doesn't work for her. She was just there helping.
But
She
I think
didn't want to miss. She had a client she was supposed to braid. She didn't want to miss Keith Lee coming. So she was like, yo, come through. I'll braid you at the spot. At the same time, the owner's sons were like, yo, I want to get my hair cut. So Sherelle had her brother come and cut the hair. And he's like, well, shoot, while I'm out here, I might as well advertise $40 a cut. So Sherelle and her brother actually were together. And then this Sweetly Seasoned was a food truck separate. So the confusion came in. Sherelle actually charged Keith Lee because she was helping Sweetly Seasoned. So she charged him the money. And she was the braider. But the POS system belonged to Sweetly Seasoned. Now, Sweetly Seasoned, apparently, according to her, didn't know Sherelle. The son knew Sherelle. So the son had that relationship. But that doesn't even matter, because if the son has the relationship, then you got the relationship by association. And why wouldn't you want to follow through with it? Because she's the one that helped get him, Keith Lee, there. Sweetly Seasoned said, no, my son got Keith Lee here. I don't know which is true. I don't think the son has a following, but apparently Sherelle does. So regardless, it was one of them situations where there was confusion. There was confusion. However, Keith Lee was very specific.
Yeah.
He was like, 1,000 to the barber, 1,000 to the braider. Here's 800 extra. Give out free food. And then you can distribute that money. And the word he used, something like I can't remember the number. I think he said distribute. You can distribute that money how you want. And he didn't specify what that specifically meant. But basically what he was saying is it's a POS. Money's got to clear. Send it however you want, through Zelle, through Cash App, whatever you want to do. Now, the barber was like, I ain't cutting no hair for free today because I ain't getting no money today. Which makes sense. I get that. He don't know what's going on. This is weird. They not a group. Keith Lee didn't understand all that. But he's like, I'll come back tomorrow. After you give me the money, I'll do the free cuts. Cool. Like, that would have worked. Because it all made sense logically. Come back. Hey, y'all, we're not cutting free today. We're going to wait for the money to clear. We're going to cut tomorrow. Hey, come out tomorrow if you want to get the free cut.
Especially because it would have been booming.
The food's going to be here. Maybe Sherelle's going to come back braid. I don't know. Come back tomorrow. Do it tomorrow. That never happened. So then, obviously, they went viral, right? Which obviously. Like, I don't know if this woman doesn't know Keith Lee. She seemed really out of tune, honestly. Like, she seemed like she didn't know what was going on. She's like, my son got Keith Lee here and da-da-da-da. She seemed very entitled. And it went viral.
I think everybody knows who Keith Lee is that works in the food industry.
You should, if you're in a... Right. So then the son starts talking about Sherelle. They're supposed to be friends. He's talking about her, trying to defend his mom, knowing his mom was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, but this is what happens when you're raised by a single mother, right? And also, I'm pretty sure, whatever, that doesn't matter. So... then their friendship now is chafed. Once the backlash hits, now all of a sudden they're like, because she was like, if I'm wrong, tell me. Keith Lee needs to tell me I'm wrong. Keith Lee's like, look, everybody, she's absolutely wrong. I went there. The food was great. I'm gonna tell you guys, it was. I'm be honest. The food was immaculate. I had a great time. I said I want to give 1,000 to the barber. I want to give 1,000 to the braider. You need to distribute the rest of the money. So he was very clear, and he's like, yo, you wrong. Then she comes back. She's like, okay, I'm wrong. I tried to get the money to Sherelle. She don't want it. Well, now Sherelle's pissed because the son done tried to degrade her and make her look like a fool. So she don't want the money. She going to keep talking the real stuff, right?
Which is stupid.
For her, it's not stupid to her. Sherelle ain't got nothing to do with none of this. Her business is about to go down.
I know, but it's give me my $1,000.
Well, here's the thing.
Give me my $1,000.
Here's the thing. She told her originally, keep my 1,000. Just make sure my brother gets his money. So she was gonna give her the extra 1,000. Wow. She was like, I get money. You know what I'm saying? I woke up, I had 1,500.
Because she knows that she needs it. The food truck needs it.
She did it she was doing it to help her. She brought Keith Lee to help her. She helped her to help her. And she tossed her the 1,000 to help her.
She never thought she was going to come and get $1,000 because she's not part of the business. So that makes sense. She was just there.
She was just there. She wanted to meet Keith Lee. You know what I'm saying? But she wanted to make sure her brother got the $1,000. You know what I mean? So when the son started talking stuff about her, she was like, "Well, F you then. I don't care about that friendship. I don't care about nothing. I don't want that money." Blah 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 blah. It's like right now there's this thing going on where I'm pretty sure it's spam, but it's like Riley. What's that swimmer's name? Riley, she's like against the trans.
Oh, yeah, it's Caitlin Riley or something like that.
Something Riley.
She's the one who lost against oh boy.
Yeah,
Leah Thomas.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not gonna save your woke brand. So some brand supposedly like offered her $5 million to do some campaign, and she turned it down. I'm not gonna save your woke brand. It's like Bud Light or something, right? That's basically what Sherelle is saying. I'm not gonna save your food truck. Like, I'm not taking the money. You messed up. And is she gonna go under? No, but she's not gonna go under.
Would you go to that food truck?
I'm not gonna go, but I never went.
Let's see if it was okay. Well, let's.
But if I was already going and I liked the food there, I wouldn't stop going because of this.
It wouldn't bother you?
No. This don't got nothing to do with the food and the service.
This
is personal.
Let's say this. Sorry, this is the cord. The reason that she gave her the money is because she was struggling. So her business is clearly already struggling. That's why Sherelle said, "Here, you take my 1,000." Okay. So I would imagine that there are going to be people that go still visit because maybe they don't hear the whole story or whatever, right? The name is out there. So, and maybe in 6 months they see the name and they say, "Oh, I heard about this," right? And they forget why and they just go. But if it was me, now our situation is a little different because there's not a lot of spots that we go out to eat. But if it was me and I was eating like everybody else, I would say, I'll probably go somewhere else. That's just Steven.
Why?
I don't like that. I don't like the messiness. I don't like
But she was messy like that while you was still eating there.
Yeah, but I'm saying
You said he
didn't know
amplifies
that, but I may have not known.
Bro, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that you don't know about.
Yeah, but now I know. So does that mean I should still just support?
I mean, it doesn't affect your service.
Okay, so if people were trafficking children or young girls out of a restaurant and you love to eat there and then you find out they're trafficking.
Really? This is where we're going to go. You find out that the owner is graping little children.
I mean,
why are you going to the most extreme, bro?
Okay,
like,
I mean,
that's not apples to apples.
Okay,
you do what the women do.
Let's say that let's say that it wasn't that. What if they were racist? And you found out that they did not like black people, but
my concern would be that they were doing something to my food that I wasn't aware of.
Okay, so you can clearly see that this person has a broken moral compass, and she's in a food truck where obviously it's easy to do things where it's maybe not the cleanest environment.
Okay,
so
I mean, McDonald's and they all do that, right?
I'm not saying they
drop a patty
don't.
on the floor, put it on your bun. You know what I mean? Mel said you.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mel.
I've never worked at McDonald's.
Yeah, but you worked at Arby's. Maybe you dropped a couple slices of roast beef on the ground.
I have never dropped something and then just put it up, but I had a coworker. His name was Dre. He was the hoodest dude ever. And I'm just like...
Just rinse it off.
I'm just like, no. He didn't rinse it off. Roast beef dropped on the ground, just picked it up. I was just like, nigga. I was just like, you gonna just give this to... You can't do that. But I was like... It is what it is.
But it's, to me, it's her moral compass. And it doesn't really play into necessarily the end product that I feel like I got at that moment. But if you say that, okay, we put a vegan dish on the menu, but then all of a sudden it becomes more expensive to buy that almond milk and the vegan bread, so then you just start using regular milk, saying they're not going to know. Mm-hmm. It's a moral thing.
Oh, but they will know, though, because their stomach's going to churn.
Well, yes, maybe, but they may not know it's from that food. Maybe they'd say it's just they don't think about it, right? Like, but do you see what I'm saying?
I mean,
I get what you're saying.
I'm with you, Steven. I mean, I wouldn't support her either. Like, personally, that type of stuff just rubs me.
Okay, so let's make it more succinct then, because you're talking about some random food truck and random shit. Let's go to Papaya. All right, so you guys have been eating at Papaya for years, and the Keith Lee goes. And he gives Papaya $5,000. He's like, give it to the busboy, give it to the dude, give it to the sushi guy, and you guys keep $3,000. And then they're like, okay, we just keep a money and we distribute to everyone in the store. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Nah, it's fine.
We distribute to everyone in the store, because that's how they say. I don't understand why I can't do it. I can mock anybody else, but if I mock him, that's a problem.
That's a self-conscious thing.
I didn't say it. I wasn't even thinking that.
Y'all ain't said nothing, but people that I be around say it. So they said, no, we gonna distribute. Keely say, yeah, thank you, I appreciate that, but we gonna distribute to everyone in the store.
You didn't have to do the bow. They don't bow.
Then what? You gonna stop going?
Nah.
What do you mean? I get you. What do you mean distribute everyone? So you mean all the workers?
Yeah, he doesn't follow the instructions.
Well, they got money.
He doesn't. He got the $5,000. He said because he had a good experience with the sushi guy and he had good experience with the busboy. He wanted them two to get it, but instead the owner said, no, we distribute to everyone. We family. We share.
Well, I understand your point.
English, nigga, I'm not understanding.
That is English.
It is English.
It's
just
English.
I understand the point. I would look at that, and if instead of giving 1,000 to 3 people, and they just gave everyone that worked there a bonus, I would say, number one, that's probably their culture and how they do things, and communication. It didn't translate what he may have wanted, but also at least they still gave the money out. So it's not necessarily the instructions that I have an issue with. Even if she gave them half, I would have been like, well, I don't feel good about it, but So
had she given them some money, you would have been okay.
I wouldn't have been okay, but I wouldn't have.
Are you gonna not eat there or not?
I'm still not eating there.
Okay, so you're not gonna eat at Papaya then?
I think that it's different because
it's not different. He didn't follow instructions.
No,
and then the busboy comes out, and then the busboy comes out. He's like, he didn't give me my money.
No. There's a difference between. It's not about Chris. It's not about not giving the money out, as he said. It's the greed. It is the fact that she kept it all and didn't feed the people. That's right. It's all of it mixed together. If at Papaya in this situation, the busboy, the sushi maker, and the waiter are supposed to get 1,000 apiece, and then because of their culture, they gave everybody 300, I would be okay with that. Is it?
You just said because of their culture. That wasn't part of my scenario.
We have to use critical thinking. And you gave them a damn accent, maybe, and that's how they do things, and it's acceptable to everybody.
And then the busboy comes out and he says, "I didn't get my money. Keith Lee gave me $1,000. I was going to use that money. I didn't get it. Now what?
I mean,
he has
a point.
Are you going to go back? It's not their culture now. Now what? What are you going to do?
Well, maybe it is their culture. That doesn't mean he's not Americanized.
He didn't get his money.
Well, he did. He got some of it. I don't know.
I think we have leniency for the restaurants we like.
No. I don't think that's it. It's a different scenario. Okay. It's different.
So, I mean, we could highlight some other restaurants he talked about. I mean, I know the drama.
I only know the one.
Other restaurants.
Because he talked about, there's another restaurant where he went to that they didn't, like, you pay what you want. There was a restaurant where you pay.
That's weird.
Yeah, they have food and you go in there and you pay whatever price that you feel you ate is worth.
It's a dangerous game.
Or it could be a really good game.
It could be a really good game.
I mean, because it's based on whatever you want. I think it's like a non-profit type thing, but
okay.
That sounds interesting though.
Yeah, and Keith Lee was saying like he thinks more restaurants should do something like
pay
that.
what you can afford.
Yeah, or pay what you think the meal is worth to you. I was like, I kind of like that idea.
Okay, man, let's go support them.
How do you like the food?
He said he didn't get a chance to eat because I think it was packed.
But he wanted to at least.
Yeah, everybody in there getting that free meal.
I doubt it's free.
But he donated like I think $3,000 or $4,000 to the company, whatever. So I have to look it up because I have a page on Facebook that talks about all the stuff that he.
That's really dope.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty slick. And there was some other restaurant, don't know the name of it off top, but it was in Farmers Branch, where this dude.
Oh, so he was all over DFW.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he didn't come holler.
He was here for like 8 days.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just got, bro. I don't be on TikTok. I just saw this, and the only reason I saw it because it's a big deal. I clicked on the video and it took me to my TikTok.
I just see it.
And I said, "Oh damn, I forgot I have TikTok."
Keith Lee, I don't understand. You come to Dallas, you don't speak to the Dons. I don't understand what's going on. You come, you eat our food, you support our people, but you don't come to the top and talk to the kings.
Keith, can you find us a vegan restaurant?
Yeah, Keith, come back and find us a vegan restaurant and give us a good review.
And they sell some raw vegan food. You know what I mean?
Oh, raw? Oh my God! Now you're just asking for it.
Tell them no. Keith will be like. Tell them to put a couple raw dishes on the menu, Keith, please.
Keith Lee, bless somebody.
Like Keith Lee is just this.
He's Santa Claus.
No. He's not a puppet.
No, like he's a mastermind. Like
Keith Lee,
he is.
Come to Dallas again and go to our vegan restaurants and get them to have a raw menu and bless them with $5,000.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that has been episode 104 of the Application of Knowledge podcast. I am Animated Mel, Chris James, Stephen Michael. We will see you beautiful people next time. Bye bye.